A Dio Lumen. And we are going forward in the light of God, asking the question, Lord, who am I? Does it have anything to do at the time in which I was born? Tuesday, the 20th day of March, 1979, at 1:23 p.m. at St. John's Hospital. God is gracious. For you numerologists, heptatic structuralists, and Wiccan priestesses of ancient lore, do the math. That's Tuesday, 3:20, or score 1979 at 1:23 p.m. 46 years was this temple in building. Would have thou reared up in 3 days? I'm 47, and it's spring. And Aries is the ram, the paschal ram that takes away the cold of the winter. My mother said I was a fisher. When you go fishing, you go pay no mind to the outside world. To bask in the heat and the light of the sun. And you see the world reflecting on the surface of the water. Quite the opposite of the effect that you see here. You can't see the fish. The water's dark and deep. What do? Cast your line to the right. What do you find? The Pleiades. Plea is to sail. Ancient fishers used them, sought them for guidance in dark times. The brightest of which is Halcyon and her mate, Kingfisher, whose myth can be found in Ovid's Metamorphoses. Ironically, he and I share the same birthdays. This flying creature that soars into the heavens and dives into the depths of the abyss and comes out with a fish, or Ichthyios, Vesica Pisces. With its mate, they play tug of war, rip it apart, devour it. Which leads me to the left. My father, the victor, Clan Kerr, the border reavers of Scotland. Left-handed Norsemen built fortresses along the riverways of Scotland. Some believe their name meant spear, because that's what they fought with. The boldest and the hottest of any nation that I've ever seen. The Earl of Surrey, 1523. I love reading about history, about what they believed in, what they fought for. What they fought for was you and I. Is it the sum of what I've read? Unfortunately, I haven't been privileged enough to continue owning everything that I've read. However, we have the Killers of the Flower Moon here in Oklahoma. The forcing of the tribes here. Who has been to the Woolarock? Could it be the compilation of the stories of Poe? One of my favorites. MS Found in a Bottle. Man cannot truly be honest with himself or others until the moment he is about to die. Truly come to God moments. To Clark Ashton Smith, Dracula. Tell me, who is the vampire of Crogland Grange? And the line is where the night lies. Robert W. Chambers, songs that the Hyades shall sing. Lovecraft. I've seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded, without knowledge or luster or name. Nemesis. Sorry, Dr. Dexter. To Milton's Paradise Lost. Plato. Man is blinded by much more than just his pride. Leviathan. You come to save us? The condemnation was this, that man loved darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Get out of here. Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. To the prince. And every time I read that, I think, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. So, what do? We throw on the armor of God. Sorry, Hitchens. God is gracious. Crawley, please. We know holy BS when we see it, and we know that the law is love. Sefer, we know of false messiahs, world mythologies, to Manly P. Hall, to Nietzsche. For one must have almost succumbed and realize that this poisoning goes a great deal further than one might think. To the works of Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, the founder of the Theosophical Society, or God Wisdom, or God's Sophisticated Wisdom or Intellect. To the words of the Dalai Lama himself, to Josephus and his Jewish revolt, who the Christians would call Saul or Paul. Confused? Yeah, because these could be the works of Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian, who, giving praise to their forefathers, the Kaisers. Caesarion did lose his battle to Octavian. And they were truly fishers of men. Well, art thou Elias? No. Who do they say their God's name was? Yahweh or Yeshua? I don't care how long you stand naked in a temple with water up to your ankles. Your mind's going to tell you anything you want to hear. Moses asked God, "Who art thou?" The response, "I am. And thou shalt have no other gods before me." Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. Art thou that prophet? No. Suicidal bombing culture. All murderers. And they all worship what they know not. And let us understand that this came from a standpoint of a philosophy that was nihilistic, and upon whose shield the denial of life was inscribed. Well, who art thou, that we may give an answer to them that sent us? What sayest thou of thyself? God is gracious. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Make straight the way of the Lord.